This is a ZNOOAV citrus juicer. The model is MC-NCJ100. This is an electric citrus juicer. I was sent this to review for free. If you wanted to purchase it, it would cost you $19. They haven't paid me for my review, and so my opinion remains my own. So it is packaged in cardboard and paper. So with the exception of this plastic bag here, there's nothing that you can't recycle. Well, and that plastic bag there. And, you know, the plastic of the juicer itself. And the foam. But most of the packaging is recyclable cardboard. Alright, it comes with a small instruction manual. Shows you all the covers. We have a dust cover, so when you have it sitting on your counter, you put that dust cover on, just keeps the dust off, has no other function than that. There's this guy that spins around. You put the citrus on top of that, it juices, and it juices into this guy, which catches the pulp and the seeds. And then the juice goes into this guy, which you can twist and pull off and then pour off. So down here, its power is 120 volts, 60 hertz, 25 watts. Capacity is 400 milliliters. And this is the cream color of the juicer. So it has a little thing here, which I thought might have been a safety switch to keep it from turning on when you push this down unless this thing is on, but I think it might just be a little nub to lock this guy in place. It kind of grabs onto these slots and keeps it from easily unscrewing. So I think that anytime it's plugged in, if you push down on this, it's going to start spinning on you. So it has here this cover, which is like a larger sized one, and then it has this guy here, which is a smaller sized one, and then that pops off if you pull these things out enough, and you have a super tiny one. And I really like that feature because we are primarily juicing limes, and so this here is going to be perfect for juicing limes, whereas this might be oranges and grapefruits and so forth. So we're going to primarily be using the lime setting here. So they call it the lemon juice head. We also have the small orange juice head and the big orange juice head. So we have a lime tree in the backyard, and it's the beginning of lime season right now, but when this thing gets going, it really gets going. And so we've actually broken 2 electric juicers, usually about 1 per year. So if you come back to this review after a year, I'll probably have something to say about the longevity, good or bad. But for right now, I'm just going to be evaluating the functionality of this. So we have key limes here. I have the small lemon juicer head on. And one thing I've already noticed about this juicer is sometimes it turns one way, sometimes it turns the other way. And it's not a smart juicer, it's just the phase of your current. So the AC current goes back and forth. When you push this down, it catches the phase one way or the other way, and that determines which way the motor runs. So it's a very simplistic AC motor with a switch on it. So from a juicing perspective, it has plenty of power. It's, you know, really masticating the inside of these key limes here. So the only concern I have right now is this set of slots. They have different sized heads, but the slots are all the same size. And so the key lime seeds are slightly smaller than you might expect for an orange. And I'm going to see if any of those escape through the slots. Currently, I'm not seeing any bits of seeds underneath here, so I think the slots are doing a pretty good job. Now, one feature this juicer doesn't have that I've seen others have is like a thing you clamp down that holds this. So instead of holding it in your hand, you can hold it in something else. So I'm going to try just using the larger juicer head here for that purpose, and it's not really working that way. So let me see if the dust cap will Yeah, it's not going to work. So you do have to use your hands to hold these lines down, which is not at all onerous when you're doing 4 limes. When you're doing 50 limes, it might become an issue. I think that's less of an issue for oranges than limes because limes are so small. Alright, so functionality-wise, that does exactly what it's supposed to do, which is masticate the inside of the limes, get all the juice out. We have here the pulp, and the seeds are in there. Having a little trouble getting this off now. Let me see. Oh, I need to flip it one more notch, and that comes off. So it's done a pretty good job here. I see 3 small seeds, so very small seeds that are in here, and they're seeds that are small enough to get through these little slots. So not a big issue if you have big seeds. With the key limes, every so often you get little small seeds. So, you know, nothing a little tiny strainer like this wouldn't fix. So that was 4 limes. And we have, my estimate there is about 5 ounces of lime juice. This is holds about 6 ounces. So this is what's left in the small strainer. So you can see there were some tiny little seeds in there and a little bit of pulp and a little bit of juice as well. About spilled the lime juice. And so that worked very well. It did exactly what it's supposed to do. It juiced the limes. So pending the torture test of juicing hundreds of limes all summer, this guy is working great right now. You know, so I think that for the price point, this is a very capable juicer for citrus. Okay, we're going to take all the parts except the motor base unit, run them to the dishwasher, make sure they're somewhat top shelf dishwasher safe, and then we're going to call this a good product. Alright, so the super tiny lemon juicing head is just barely small enough to fit into the silverware drawer here. The bigger heads are going to have to go up on top, and I hope they're not heavy enough they're not going to blow around. So from a plastic strength and quality standpoint, this guy has a whole bunch of slots in it, so I'd expect it to be the thing that might break first. And it feels pretty sturdy. It's a little bit flexible, but it doesn't feel brittle. It feels pretty strong and sturdy in my hands here. The other kind of key component is this guy, which is also just a little bit flexible when you're squeezing on it, but it seems to be pretty tough. And of course, lime juice on a copper countertop gives you that nice patina that says this is a well-used counter. And of course, there's a question of what do you do with this much lime juice? And the answer is key lime pie. Lots of key lime pie and lots of limeade. Alright, we're doing normal wash with extra hot water, but not the heated dry. Alright, the instructions specifically said do not wash in a dishwasher, but everything appears to be okay. I'm going to declare this thing top shelf dishwasher safe. Now there is water stuck inside this handle here. I think it's supposed to come out that little hole at the bottom. I'm not sure if hand washing would avoid getting water stuck inside the handle. It's shaking out eventually.